Hmm. Now, wow, Momsy,
How was it?
this Facebook internet stories of couples that are divorcing, leaving marriage, different stories. I don't understand. They're not giving we that are just starting this marriage life. They're not giving us hope. We'll just come online, we'll see marriage of how many years have they've
Flash
divorced,
what?
they've crashed.
Mm.
So I want to know, what is your advice to young couples? What do you think? What is the problem and how can we solve it? How can we help ourselves?
Mm. My dear, that one, this generation is normally this generation is something else. Um, the way they live their life. I think in those days we were told that peers influence, you understand,
Mhm.
affects young people. Actually, it's true, but it's not like then. This Facebook issue is doing more harm than good anyway because we find out that people don't even take their advice anymore. Rather, they go to Facebook to take what they get there. You understand?
Yes,
And most of what they get there is not really the right thing
yes,
because marriages used to have issues. That is how marriages are made. Because these are two people from two different backgrounds, trying to manage themselves together. It's not going to be rosy.
yes.
It's not really easy like that. Sometimes the troubles doesn't even come from the couples because they may have started from love. It may come from outside the couples. And one thing I found out with these young people, this generation, one of their major problems is that they don't have patience.
Yes.
And majority of them lack patience. They lack wisdom and understanding. Uh, in most cases, many of this generation are not properly raised. They didn't allow their parents to raise them. You understand? So I don't normally put the 100% blame on the parents because
Yes.
most parents they try, but these children will not allow you to give them the training exactly the way you want it.
Yes.
You understand now?
Yes.
And the marriage instability now in Africa is getting out of hand because we blacks we like to copy, and when we copy, we become masters in what we have copied. The white people that started this thing, is it like that? No. They still have marriages lasting for years. Like the first time I traveled on holidays to Switzerland, that was when I see that Oyibo people they will marry at 30 old age because when you come out around all those kind 9, 10, between 9, 10, when people have gone to work, the only people you see on the street is my old people. And you see them at their 90s, 90 something, 100, 80
Still in
something,
love.
still in love, holding each other's hand. That thing baffled me. That is one thing that I captured when I traveled for the first time. So, and I asked myself, these are the same people we believe that hey, once a man hurt the wife, once he cheat once, the woman is already out of the marriage. He doesn't want to hear anything. These are the people that will copy this very character from. Why are they lasting? You understand? We heard the story of once you cheat or your woman will shoot you. All those kind of stories that we heard in the past. But still, what is not keeping them? They are still lasting. Their marriages are lasting. But here now, before now, Africans were not into divorce. That's the truth. Before a man will divorce you in those days, or a woman will seek for divorce, it used to be hard. It's no longer like that. Are you getting my point? It's no
Yes.
longer like that. Then your families will not allow you for divorce because once there is issue, family will start trashing it out from the beginning.
Beginning.
Are you getting it?
Yes.
Because that early beginning when the problem starts is actually what used to solve problems. Unlike now, people are just careless. Families are careless. Even if you're dying, anything, you see your own blood saying it doesn't concern him or her. And it really doesn't concern him. He's not ready to do anything to help you out. That is one of the problems of marriages. So uh, people are the youths are no longer getting help from the immediate family. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, they don't even have patience to settle things themselves. Your husband hurt you yesterday night. The next morning, you're already on Facebook telling what happened yesterday
What's
night.
happening?
You won't even allow your spouse, to talk it over. Maybe a man hurt you yesterday, have gone to work. You understand?
Mm.
You allow him to go. You normally. Maybe that day he didn't understand himself. The next day, before you know it, his normal senses will come back to him and realize, I hurt my wife. And since few days now, she's not been behaving normal. There may be room for apology, room for settlement, and all that. But now, this thing happened yesterday night. You've not in any way given the opposite spouse opportunity to even rethink. You run to Facebook early in the morning. Or that midnight. Look at what my husband did to me, oh, this and that, or this. And they enter you. Don't be in that marriage.
Online in-laws. They call
Online
them
in-laws are
online
everywhere.
in-laws. They'll give you their two
They give
cents.
you wisdom, the one you believe that is better for you. You go there, ask question. Look at what my husband did to me yesterday. What do you think? Oh yeah, they start blasting. Most of the people that are giving you advice are divorcees. Some of them are not married yet. Some of them are looking for marriage. They didn't see anyone. Some self are sadists. Nothing makes them happy. Both introvert, extrovert will give you advice in your marriage that you know more. You understand? People that were not there when you started, that don't know your own good parts and your own bad parts, the opposite spouse, whatever, they're not giving you advice and you're taking it. Before the man will go back and revise to come back, you're already out of your way. You've taken your decisions.
Yes.
That is why I mentioned patience. Like just imagine us now. At this my age, we're already considered as the ancient people. Because the way we handle issues is not the way this generation is really handling it.
Yes.
So that is why I call them the internet generation. You understand? They knows computer so much.
Yeah.
They knows the internet very well. Is it not sometimes if I want to put something, I say, come and help me. You understand? Now, if you are a child that you are not, especially a female child that is not very close to the mother, especially when that mother is a good mother, a role model, you understand? You are out of it. Now your life, your marriage or whatever is at the mercy of the internet to tell you what to do. Like the people that we call the ancient how do I put it now? The ancient people, the olden days people, the mamas, the old people now. It doesn't mean that our marriage is not that rosy. We've gone through hell. You understand? We've gone through a lot, pains, generational pains that we hide, and people doesn't know about it. Like when you now put up your story, the world will tell you what are you now doing there. Are you getting it? But because of the way we were raised, the way we were raised, we don't shout immediately. We don't come out and say what we are seeing. We used to button up a lot of pains, and we're living our life, and the life looks very normal, as if no problem. So if you're in this generation and you catch up a bit of this pattern of the ancient times, I'm not talking about toxic relationship when it is tough.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that when it is a normal marriage issues, because there's no marriage that is 100% sweet, cannot. And you cannot live with, okay, just imagine a child, mother and child. It's not every day that your mother makes you happy. It's not every day that your brother makes you happy. It's not every day that your sister makes you happy. It's not every day that your parents makes you happy. So how much more somebody that you didn't know from Adam and something brought you together? No matter how the love is, it's not every day that he will definitely do what will make you happy. Vice versa.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? So you will allow peace to reign, allow marriage to work. It's only when it becomes extraordinarily risky.
Yeah.
That is when you're supposed to shout out. It's not at every flip of action you
You're
are
out
there.
there.
Are you getting it?
Mm.
So, like what you asked me, that is just the problem I find out with the young people. Number one, they're quick to react. Number two, they don't have role models. Three, they run to the internet for help, and that is not the best thing. You know, when issue started, you run up to the internet. You run to the internet, it's not going to solve the problem. And once you're there, that problem can hardly be solved.
So what's the problem?
Yes. So if you find out all these celebrities, because they are the ones that always run to the internet first, you understand? Other people are having issues, but because they're popular, their news used to
More
cast
like
immediately, and people
wildfire.
will now begin to use them to catch crews and they, create content and sell themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you are ready to make amends, your news is already
Out there.
online and out there,
Mm.
and that worsens the situation. Maybe your husband has not know that you have gone online, or your wife didn't know. Before you know it, you go there and see. To mend such situations becomes
Hard.
very difficult
Yes.
because once you go there, you have indirectly opened the person's eyes, begin to get connect, get contact, get advice here and there. You know, so I just their
So
major
what's your
problems.
advice for the young couples?
My advice to the young couples is that number one, they should understand the true meaning of marriage. You understand? Marriage is a relationship between an adult female and adult male coming together, you understand,
Mm.
to raise their own family, to build up a home. And with this definition of a simple definition of marriage, you should know that it is something done on will. That is why don't force anybody into marriage. Let it be acceptance.
Yes. Willingly.
Yes, acceptance is very important in marriage. Accept. Let that acceptance come from your heart.
Yes.
So if this acceptance comes from your heart, it will bring mutual understanding and love will grow, definitely. Because it is more difficult when you are forced into marriage and you begin to regret. Ah, ah, ah. How did I find myself here? Most times, it takes the grace of God for that kind of marriage to work.
Yeah.
So, like you said, my advice to young people, um, if they want to get into this institution called marriage, they have to do what is called feasibility studies. You know, when you're going to study the person that you want to enter into this covenant with, you have to know him, study him, understand him,
Yes.
have feelings for him, have a better way of sorting out issues with that
Yes.
person. Let it be somebody that understands you and you understand him.
Yes.
You understand? Because these two uh, kind of union is very important, understanding.
Yes.
And it is not going to work when I understand you and you don't understand me. So that is why I say that
Especially
it
from
is a
both parties.
union that you people have to, kind of study yourselves and come together. That is a covenant now. You will not agree on something. And with time, issues will come up. Have that in mind that issues will surely come up. But the ability for you to understand and solve out that issue is very important in marriage. So when you're going for marriage, have all these things in mind. And like Africans, I said, our method of marriage is also different from uh, the foreigners. African newly married couples should also understand the importance of nuclear and extended families. They should understand it and try to handle that aspect because most marriages today are crashing because of families.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, understand where you're going to. In those days, we didn't do all these feasibility studies, and our parents did, though, but there are areas where they concentrated. Most times it's okay, the family they are Christians, so they now believe that because the family is Christian, definitely their child is not going to a wrong marriage.
Yes.
Without hope that church solves all problems. Church doesn't solve all problems now.
Doesn't.
Another thing our parents were considering is that the family they're well to do, therefore they can feed their daughter, for example. All those things are no longer obtainable. Because if you are going to marriage now thinking that the family where you're getting married to, they are rich family. Sorry, it's your name. If they are rich and your own spouse is not rich, you're a slave, you are an outcast. So this is one thing you have to bear in mind. So meaning that when you're going, don't go because the family is rich. Rather, let it be that the person in question is rich. Must not be rich in cash, rich in mind, rich in personality.
Yes.
Eh? Uh-huh. There is hope. You believe that this is a hardworking guy. This guy have something upstairs. So definitely he is not going to be poor. But let it not be that your hope is in the family. That one is not old story. I'm just telling you the areas our parents looked into that made a lot of marriages today to fall because those things are not everything. So my advice is also that this young generation, they should increase their speed in understanding and patience because I think they lack it. And you that want to go into marriage as a young woman or a young man, make sure you have something. Let it be that there is something you have. You have something upstairs. You have something that you can do with your hands. You can help yourself in case a lot of issues in marriage comes up. You understand? Don't go into marriage empty, especially female children. Because in those days, most parents refuse to train their female children, hoping that the only legacy they will give to them is marriage. So even if your child is not ready to marry, you go and look for man for her because that is the only legacy you want to offer her. I beg, let her get married. This is my first daughter. She should get married and help me in training the other children. This one is a major problem. You understand?
Yeah.
It's a very big problem that our people had in the past, even presently. If a female child is well equipped, you understand? It makes things easy. The female child should be well trained. The legacy you're going to give to your male child, you give to your female child. So both your female children, all of them need education. They need mental education, they need the physical education, they need material education, you understand? So that they will be well equipped. All these things help in marriage. Because if the woman is well equipped, you understand, marriage is easier. When the man is well equipped and the woman is also well equipped, everybody should get busy. So there will not be time for everything, you understand?
Yeah.
But if the man is well equipped and you just go to marriage empty handed, you didn't bring anything to the table, you'll be having a lot of issues. I remember in those days, you see your sister-in-law coming to tell you that when you wear fine clothes, so she have finished my brother's money. You understand? Because you went to that marriage empty. But if you're a working class lady, you're into business, you're into a lot of things, uh, even the blind knows that you can put something on the table. You understand? You can take care of yourself. Nobody will ask you all those questions because African marriages, 89% of African marriages are spoiled by the extended family. You understand? They are the ones that majorly bring up issues, even though the young people have their own troubles. The major problem is coming from the extended family. Their stress, you understand, and much. So let the young people understand all this so that when you go into that marriage, you talk it out. How are we going to handle the issues from the external body, extended family or friends? That is why I say before you know it, somebody will run to the internet to report. It's just like running to father-in-law, mother-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law to complain. What do you expect? Do you ever expect them to credit you? No,
No.
they will not. No matter how nice you are. You can hardly see a brother-in-law, a sister-in-law commending you. You don't know how many people that are jealous of your husband from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to go and complain to the same people that never wanted their brother to be okay.
Not a good idea.
It's not a good idea. Because you will not know. Everybody will be laughing. My brother, my sister. So by the time you start going to them, you sell out your marriage. So the youth should be well coordinated before they go into marriage. Marriage is not all about age, it's about maturity.
Yeah.
You know, have to be maturity. Like you now, you got married early. So me, I got married early. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But like me, I'm the first daughter. I think that was what gave me maturity in marriage. That is why we've gone through thick troubles, stress, a lot of things. God is still helping us. You understand?
Okay.
So it's maturity. Marriage is one thing that
So
will help them.
thank you for
Yeah.
teaching us and telling us, advising us on we the young couples, advising us on how to, stay in marriage and not stay out of marriage.
Exactly.
Thank you for your advice.
Thank you.
So guys, click on it, view, follow, subscribe. Okay. Thank you.